Hey guys, this is Effective Kill. I think this video will be a bit stronger if I don't show any bit of my face or anything at all. Now, the problem is it may not get as many views, but I really don't care. I just want to get this idea out. Now, recently, I got back into extra credits a bit. I was bored after work. I finished work. I was bored. I had a couple hours to kill before sleeping, and I played a little Animal Crossing as well. Good game, Animal Crossing. The new Leaf one, pretty good. But getting back into topic. There was a real an episode in season 6 of Extra Credits that I really thought was great. Now, basically, the episode is season 6, episode 12, Denksy. I probably butchered the name, but the great thing about that is it explained kind of the fact of a designer who was part of a studio that was given the ability to write darker stuff, more adult themes, and the thing that was kind of sad is a lot of the designers were immediately thinking, oh, let's shove as much blood and violence into our game as possible. The kids love that. And the Danksy guy, thought it was pretty stupid. He wrote a book, or pretty much he got a lady, I think, to write part of a book that involved the Holocaust and the darker parts of it. Now, that game never would have sold. It's like the game Imagination is Your Only Escape, which I believe is also set in Nazi Germany, World War II, that type of thing. I believe you're a kid trying to escape. And that game, I believe, was never released because of the content within it. Now, it really makes you think about games today. You see a lot of games that glorify blood and violence a bit, and sometimes overdo it, where they're just stupid. Let's look at a series that has kind of devolved a bit. Now, I'm not going to bring up Call of Duty until later, but that's a series that was always been just a pure shooter, but it's gotten worse a bit. Now, let's look at Saints Row. Saints Row 1, I thought that was a great game. It had a pretty good story and an interesting look at the gang lifestyle. Saints Row 2 expanded on the idea. You're the main character that survived, and the story can get very dark at moments. There are 3 specific scenes I think of that make the story great. 1. The scene was basically the guy who helped you break out of prison is kidnapped by one of the gang members, one of the gang leader's wives. And the gang leader never really took your gang seriously, but his wife saw how dangerous you could be. So she kidnaps this guy, and she sticks him on the back, and she basically chains him to the back of her truck, and you see him scraping across the ground. His body you could see the guy in pain. You're able to destroy, or stop the truck and shoot him off, but you run up to him, and he's just dying in front of your eyes. He's completely torn apart. The skin is off his body, the back. He's bloodied. He is dying, and you are forced to take out your gun and put him out of his misery. Second scene. Basically, there's this one specific mob that draws a lot of Asian themes to it. I'm thinking more of samurai type things. Now, there's one specific scene where you and Johnny Gat are coming back to your house, but there are people inside the house that are holding his wife hostage and basically saying to her, I won't kill you if you don't say anything. And just at the moment as Johnny opens the door, she goes to warn him, and the guy beheads her. And the look of shock on Johnny Gat's face it's so great, and he's seeing him going completely mad because his wife has been killed. The third scene that was really great involved the funeral of his wife. When basically the gang leader, I think, it's either the gang leader or the gang leader's son, goes to brag at the funeral on how badass he is because he killed his wife. And Johnny basically says, I ain't got no time for you, I'm here to mourn. I don't know if that's his exact line, but he's here to mourn. He's not here to talk to this kid and impress him or shoot him. But the kid keeps bringing up this stupid bullshit, and then Johnny, eventually getting pissed at him, punches him in the face, knocking him off his motorcycle, takes his wife's coffin, rolls her body out, and shoves the kid in the coffin, knocks him out temporarily, and then starts burying it with the player helping. And you can see the guy screaming in the coffin, and Johnny just calmly and with no words, just action, burying the guy alive. Kind of as a revenge for killing his wife. I thought that was great. Those 3 moments specifically in that game, there were silly moments in the game that made it more lighthearted, but those moments made it feel real. Like, even with all the silliness, this drew you back a bit into the real world. And then Saints Row the Third comes out. Oh my god. Take away all the serious elements and make it full fucking silly. I hated the game because it did that to a great series. Here's the thing: why GTA 4 failed a bit in a lot of gamers' minds is it's a good game, it works, but the main story was bad. It was fucking terrible. The endings I could admit were very good for making you feel a little bit, but I never liked the story. It felt too stupid, too boring. It never had anything that could make it interesting. Maybe a couple characters were, like the guy who tells you to assassinate people, he's interesting. But other than that, it was a dull story. But Saints Row the Third completely takes all serious elements and throws it out the window for appealing to the main class. And the bad thing is, it sold. It pulled like a Call of Duty type thing, where it appeals to the lowest common denominator in a sense. Now I know some of you play Call of Duty, but it's not a good series. It's devolved. Black Ops 1, good story. Modern Warfare 1, great story. In fact, the part where basically the nuke goes off and your helicopter crashes and your character basically dies from the overblown amount of radiation that has hit his body, that's great. That's a great scene of your character just struggling to get out and then eventually dying on the ground. And here's the thing: I love that. But a lot of games nowadays is stupid brown gray fucking shooter. Like, one specific thing is Destiny. I looked at Destiny, and originally I'm excited because I'm like, oh, Bungie's gonna make a new game. They made the Halo series. I love the Halo series. That had a really good story and how it was able to work. Heck, it even made one of our enemies one of our greatest allies in order to beat the Covenant. But this, it looks like another brown gray shooter with very little thought to it. From what I've seen of the footage, maybe they were just showcasing the action and none of the story elements, because it felt like it could have been an expansive, amazing universe to explore in, well, solar system, because I don't think you leave the solar system. But now it just looks pretty dull and boring. I'm probably not going to consider pre-ordering. I may wait to buy it maybe a week or two till it comes out. It's not like one of those games that has made me fully excited. Now, there are a couple at E3 that made me extremely excited. Let me go on a quick tangent. Watch Dogs made me excited because full control. The Division made me excited because it's an amazing co-op experience that expands fully. But I don't know how some gamers are going to play it because it's always online. I mean, people have shit connections over all the world, so I guess no one's going to buy that game, I guess. And that's just to quit at the hypocrisy of some gamers. Complain about Xbox One's full-on connectivity, then they show a game that requires full-on connectivity, and they apparently love the game that likes full-on connectivity. What the fuck? I thought the Xbox One connectivity was stupid, but get into that. Let's not, or I'll get fanboys of both sides in the comments, and fuck no, do I want that. I will kick people out on the comments. I'll start banning your asses. You could probably, I don't know if you can watch my videos if you're banned. I probably won't go that extreme anyway. But let's look at a game that could have been great. Like, a great scene in a game that could have been even better, and not just been used as more evidence of how violent games are and how evil they are. Modern Warfare 2, the airport scene. That could have been so much better, but really, it was stupid. Here's the thing. You're part of a terrorist cell. You're basically an American CIA agent that has infiltrated a terrorist cell that is planning to perform a massacre at Moscow, at an airport in Russia. I think it's Moscow airport, so it's a major airport. And you help these guys pretty much shoot civilians. First time I played through it, I shot maybe a couple civilians, but I just restarted because I couldn't do it. It's like I'm shooting these innocent people just running by, and it's like, no, I don't feel anything I don't feel like happy or excited about shooting these people. I don't like it. I feel a bit disgusted. What could have made the game level great is maybe if maybe the other guys notice that you're not shooting people and they turn the guns on you and you can have the chance to shoot them. That could have made the game greater, and perhaps maybe they could have had a double story element. When the story deviates in a different position, well, now basically, instead of World War III starting, now it's a joint effort between the Russian government and the United States government in order to take down this terrorist cell completely. They go full fucking out hunting these people down. You play as both the terrorist side, realizing they're fucked a bit, and the Russian forces and American forces taking these terrorist cells down. That could have worked. But now we get another stupid World War III thing. And then Modern Warfare 3 made it even worse with more stupidity. See, the whole thing of those games is they push you on a very linear path that you're in a movie. You are an FMV. FMVs have really no deviating story, no change, no nothing. You're stuck. You're in a movie in Call of Duty. It's it's just gotten so bad in that fact. And I know there's been good Call of Duties, but why was I never getting the chance to pop a grenade in the elevator, blowing these people up and killing them, and perhaps stopping a massacre? Why was I not able to just shoot them in the back when they walk out of the elevator, maybe get shot by security or surrender? Maybe give you the chance to do that. And then basically the Russian government realizing, oh, this guy just shot these terrorists in front of us. We don't know if he's a terrorist. And then immediately after that, you get the Americans saying, hey, this was our agent. He was infiltrating this cell. He found out they were going to perform a massacre. He decided to take the split-second decision to kill them. That could have been great. What do you guys think? Is there any other game that you think could have been strengthened by adding a bit more choice to it? I guess this whole quick session is about choice. Now, this is a series I want to make, but it's probably going to be a couple weeks past because I'm currently backing up stuff because I'm sending my laptop out because CD thing is broken, Ethernet port's broken. But what do you think? Do you have any suggestions for stuff I should cover, video game stuff? Or I don't want to tackle real life stuff as much, especially political, because that just fucking creates stupidity in itself in comments. So, thank you guys for watching.